Get ready for trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. The fun starts right now. This is Daily Flash.
Hi everyone, I'm Andrea Jackson. Today's Memorial Day.
Oh, that's right.
Do you remember?
Oh, I forgot Memorial Day.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that ironic? No, of course I didn't. Look, it's red, white, blue. I'm Mitch English. Everybody, this is Daily Flash for your Memorial Day. Now, here at Daily Flash, I don't know how it is. My understanding in other TV stations, it's not like this, or TV shows. We've always considered, and if I'm wrong, correct.
No.
We've always considered summer what?
The unofficial Memorial Day is the unofficial start to the summer. Season.
Right?
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
the other shows, they might take it as the official. No, we say it's the unofficial. Still, though, we want to make sure you kick off a great summer. I'm Mitch English. That's Andrea Jackson. Look right there.
I know, man.
It's
Look,
James Alexander.
And I got me some great tea this morning. I got a word for the day for you.
Oh, what's our word du jour?
Word of the day. Perfidious.
Perfidious. Please use that in a sentence.
I am being very perfidious
Can't
this
use
morning.
That's cheating, James.
It means deceitful. See?
Because
somebody-
you said
you
you
were.
were running late for work, but you were really at Starbucks, and we didn't get anything.
Busted.
Very perfidious of you.
There you go. See?
Actually running late for work, and I'm getting
No, I ain't getting no star.
Well, I get these points.
So, our perfidious dude to my right is Matt Doolittle.
Yeah,
What's up,
not
Matt?
perfidious. You know what's not perfidious is our website, dailyflashshow.com. There you can see all of our unperfidious stuff on our social media websites, our behind-the-scenes stuff. We're going to start taking apart the back room, and we're going to be documenting it, and hilarity, I'm sure, will ensue, and hopefully we don't break any TVs this time. You can check all that out at dailyflashshow.com. Send us your comments, flash@dailyflashshow.com.
Okay, the original day of Memorial, it was originally called Decoration Day. It's primarily associated with the Civil War, believe it or not, but we honor those that have fallen. It's something that it's always been the last Monday in May all the time, and it became an actual holiday back in 1968. And it was believed to start in Waterloo, New York, is where Memorial Day. So it's neat. So, as much as, we joke around like it's an unofficial kickoff of summer because kids are out of school and that sort of thing.
There's a serious connotation to it.
Yeah, we forget that
Yeah,
sometimes. Which makes it weird when you say, hey, happy Memorial Day. You shouldn't say it.
You shouldn't say that. And then it's weird that we have sales.
Yes.
It's like the gift shop at the Alamo. I don't know. There's something very weird about it's a Memorial Day white sale. Sheets, 25% off. Okay.
We forget about it. That's all.
Yeah.
And it's been, close to 60 years that this has been an actual holiday, and it's turned into
Yes.
that. But we should also always make sure that we remember those who have fallen to keep our country free. So.
Yes, those who
All
have
wars.
served, who are serving, and who will serve, and
Indeed.
their families as well. Okay. Big topic here. Gonna ask the camera crew.
Ooh.
I need control room feedback, especially you two guys here.
What do we do?
Major debate. Do you shower in the morning or do you shower at night?
I am a morning shower. I'm a morning shower
You're a
guy.
morning guy.
Unless it was a hot, sweaty day, and before I go to bed, I would. But
And why do you shower in the morning?
morning, it wakes me up.
Okay.
It just gets me going. I do everything in the shower.
Okay.
There's one bodily function I don't do, and that's it. That's
Okay.
in the shower, and it's probably TMI for you.
Oh, my.
It's okay. That's all right, Maddie.
Night. I don't like to get into bed dirty. I want the day's funk
And
off of me.
Yeah,
Yes.
I agree.
You know.
Okay. All right. Gentlemen, camera crew,
I'll take 2 showers sometimes.
Yeah.
James.
We're in Florida.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, I just want you to know that
Here we go.
I shower
It was a hit.
multiple times a day, depending on the action.
Well,
So
you're the
morning
golden
and
boy
night. It is
of
what
the
it is.
show, and so your golden showers are
Look.
wonderful.
I know.
Not right.
They love them. But anyway, you just gotta shower twice a day, man. When you waking up in the morning and before you go to
Nah.
bed, you
Okay.
smell like outside.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So,
wait,
the
we
control.
wanna know.
Oh, I'm a morning, most often morning, but I do like night. Sometimes
what
twice
time?
a day. Usually like 5 a.m. and
I
then
got
usually around
okay.
7
Cool.
p.m.
I'll be over.
Yeah. Control room.
Control room.
Control room.
Just use your hands.
Hands.
Mornings.
Mornings. Mornings. How about evenings? Evenings.
I'm glad-
Taylor's an evening guy.
No, okay, Taylor.
Yeah.
Zach says 2 days.
I'm just
Every
glad,
2 times.
I am certain I'm glad they're all morning folks
Yeah.
in that closed-in room in there.
Exactly.
So, and poor Adriana's got to deal with all
Yeah,
that.
right. Okay, so the scientists have come forward and said your best bet is to shower in the morning.
Okay, good.
Even though most people think showering at night is the best thing to do because it gets rid of all the bacteria, but your skin you shed like a teaspoon of skin every night.
Oh, wow, okay.
So if you shower before, that's great, but you really should shower in the morning to get your day started. Plus, it kind of, is good, it's clean, it's healthy, it
gets
keeps the
me going, yeah.
bacteria, blah, 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 blah. And if you have pets that happen to hop on and off the bed, the sheets are also an important factor in all of this. You should wash your sheets every 3 days.
And there's a Memorial Day sale on white sheets. I love you took that.
Right.
Thanks for being there.
Thank
for
you.
us.
Absolutely.
But see, we have a special case here. We're in Florida, and when we
Yes.
get to August, it's 7 a.m. walking from the house to the car, you're
You need
already
a shower.
sweaty. Yeah, you're already soaking wet.
You go
Sure.
outside, it's a
Yeah,
shower.
yeah.
It's a steam.
One of the things I discovered moving to Florida is that not everyone uses washcloths. Some people just put soap on their body and get out.
I'm not a washcloth guy. No.
What? I got a loofah.
What? My wife is total, like, she freaked out.
Do
You don't use
the
it.
loofah thing?
My wife had, let me tell you something. I have our own shower because Liza has so many. She's got all this. She's got shampoo for her hair, like a bar for her hair, and then she's got sprays and stuff. I go, we can't both fit in here. I'm going to take the other shower.
I will say one thing in 2 of my long-term relationships, especially in my marriage now, the one thing that I think is a saving grace is
Yeah.
separate bathrooms.
Yes.
I think
wow.
that just, because I've had one where we shared it and it was a nightmare,
Yeah.
and the 2 where we've had separate, it's very nice.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
It's your solace. That's
is.
where you go. That's your
Yeah.
place. So
It's a
I would
privacy
go with that.
place.
All right.
All right.
I could see the benefits for both, but if I don't take a shower in the morning, my day is totally different than if I do.
Most people say that.
Yeah,
I agree
so
with you,
it's
yeah.
Let's jump in and find out what's happening with some trending stories. This one right here is a head shaker. There's an Amazon delivery driver fired. Why? Well, she was caught on camera relieving herself on the job. Here's what happened. The driver dropped off the package. That's not the story. That's not what we're talking about, relieving herself. She dropped off an actual package and then dropped off her pants on a customer's porch. You can see her on the home security camera walking away from one home as she pulls up her pants. And hearing the news, another neighbor decided to check their security cameras. And lo and behold, there was the same delivery driver relieving herself behind a wooden gate. Now, as she's taking the bathroom break in the customer's yard, she appears to be staring right at the camera while she's doing it.
Wow.
Don't look at me! Don't look at me!
That's creepy.
I cannot.
For OnlyFans.
I don't even like dogs looking at me.
I mean, that is disgusting. An Amazon driver.
And well, the day and age that everybody has cameras. How would you think you would get away with it? And also, maybe she has a condition. I'm trying to give her. I don't know any.
There's got to be a Wawa or something.
Yes.
Can I just tell you?
Wawa, by the way, is a gas station. They're not everywhere because that does sound weird.
Yeah.
Hey, there was a Wawa there. What?
I don't know if she knows this, but Amazon does sell those jugs that you can use if you need to relieve yourself, or a squatty potty pooper
There is this thing.
pooper dumper or whatever it's
I know
called.
what you're talking about. It's got a funny name to it,
Yeah.
but yeah, you could sit in your car and do it.
Yeah.
And I'm
No,
sure somebody ordered one in the back, and I would much rather.
We had them on our old show.
Yes, we did.
They were my client.
It's
It was
like a
called
bumper
the.
dumper.
Well, the bumper dumper was a thing
That
you
was
hooked in the
different.
back of a truck, and it was actually.
Yes.
But this thing was a guy.
This thing was called the GoPro, and it was mostly for
Before
truck,
the
Oh, the GoPro?
mostly for truck drivers, and they had a female attachment, so she can't complain about it.
Okay, so there you go. She could probably still order that off of Amazon.
Yes.
She's not going to get the discount anymore, though.
No,
I'm sorry, that's
she is
crazy.
not. That's disgusting. A mother is facing some backlash for breastfeeding her child while she was seated inside of a restaurant. In the video, the mom is seen dining with a group of people, and she decides to breastfeed her baby in front of friends and strangers right there in the dining room. The mom seems unfazed by her son guzzling down his mother's milk because she orders food from the waitress without skipping a beat. Right to breastfeed in public is protected by federal laws. The person who posted the video prompted a debate asking, "What do you think? Does she deserve the backlash?"
Absolutely not. Here in America, for some reason, we have this making this a taboo thing, and it's a natural thing that always happens at the beginning of the time. And to me,
In a restaurant?
here's the thing: there is a way. The blanket
Yes.
But here's the thing. If you do it, and I know I'm going to sound very chauvinistic, and we look, don't be, what are you standing at? Take a picture. No, I want to watch.
Bring back some memories.
If you don't have a problem with it.
Mitch, you walk over and give her a 20.
The second I said breastfeeding, everyone turned
100%.
and looked at
James was staring at the big
I
monitor.
mean, I lost all the guys in
It's
here.
all research.
Which
It's
I
all
get.
research.
Right.
And quickly, your thoughts on this.
Look, if it means not a crying baby in the restaurant, I get it. Okay. However, there is a discreet, personal way of doing that. Maybe wearing a tank top and not having a blanket is a little bit offensive to some people. So I would think some discretion is advised.
100%. I mean, there's a right and wrong way to do that,
Yes.
but I think 100% they should be able to have the opportunity to do anywhere.
Hey, welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm Matt Doolittle. Well, can you hear the roar of the T-Rex? Well, what about the ripples of a pool of water followed by the screams? That can only mean one thing. The big girl is back. No, I'm not talking about Scarlett Johansson. Okay, well, maybe her too.
These dinosaurs were too dangerous for the original park.
Please don't say they're raptors. They're raptors.
The worst of the worst were left here.
Come on! Duncan!
We put ourselves in a place we don't belong. Survival is a long shot.
Joining us to talk about the science behind the most anticipated movie of the year, Jurassic World Rebirth, are Beth Shapiro and Ben Lamb of Colossal Biosciences. In Jurassic World Rebirth, dinosaurs are brought back bigger and badder than ever. So how close are we in real life to de-extincting creatures?
Pretty far
Pretty
from
far.
dinosaurs.
Pretty far from dinosaurs. We get this question all the time. DNA starts to degrade pretty quickly, and so Colossal, is the world's first de-extinction company in real life. The oldest DNA that we are working with is about 1.2 million years old. To our knowledge, there's no DNA out there. We don't want to ever say never, but there's no DNA out there probably for dinosaurs since they died off 65 million years ago. And so,
most dinosaur remains have actually turned into rocks, and there's no more DNA in rocks, which is why we're focusing on things that went extinct more recently. But it also means that there are ecosystems that these animals can be reintroduced into, and we're developing technologies that we could use to stop living species from becoming extinct. So we can think about dinosaurs, and we would love to think about dinosaurs.
And we get a lot of feedback when we say dinosaurs are most likely not in the cards, except on the big screen.
Yeah.
So in the movie, genetic engineering gets wild, literally. What's the real science behind gene editing that could one day bring back an extinct species or teens who don't have cell phones in their hands?
Well, I would say that we're pretty good since we already have dire wolves that have been brought back to life. We have 3 dire wolves, Romulus, Remus, and Khaleesi. Romulus and Remus are about 9 months old. They're around 100 pounds now, so bigger than the biggest gray wolves that are out there. And we use the tools of genome editing. We used ancient DNA to sequence genomes from dire wolves that lived 13,000 and 72,000 years ago, and computers to identify what DNA changes made dire wolves unique compared to other wolves, and then genome engineering to edit 20 edits into cells of gray wolves and creating animals that are larger and more muscular and stronger and have this iconic light-colored, really thick coat that dire wolves had when they were still alive, and they're alive today.
Yeah, I would say that we went from a 73,000-year-old skull and a 12,000-year-old tooth and made puppies. So the technologies are here. Once again, you do need source material, so there isn't, to our knowledge, dinosaur source material. But I think that from a genome engineering and a computational biology perspective and an ancient DNA perspective, we have the tools to bring back many extinct species.
So what ethical guardrails do you think we should have in place in the real world for de-extincting, animals and synthetic biology?
Yeah, so it's a great question. We spend a lot of time, thinking about this, and there's an entire matrix of like, should we bring back the animal? Can we bring back the animal? What do indigenous people groups think of bringing it back? What is the cultural implications? Can we are any of the technologies on the path to bring back the animal going to help like a sister species or help the world? And so, what does the ecology look like? Can they survive now? Can they help the environment? So we actually have this pretty robust matrix that we put all of the decisions that we make when we go to pursue a species, right? And it's pretty collaborative. We work with 15 of the top universities around the world and 40 postdocs in additional universities, and then we have 95 scientific and cultural and environmental advisors all around the world. And so we really try to build this kind of consortium of collaboration to really get that feedback. And then we also have a chief ethics officer that helps us kind of, be the steward of some of these decisions. So there's a lot that goes into it. We don't just wake up and say, oh, we got mammoth DNA, we should make a mammoth, right? So we try to be pretty thoughtful about it.
Right.
So the scientists in Jurassic World always seem to lose control. I mean, it's just kind of the theme of these. How does your team ensure safety and containment when working with ancient DNA, or is it more Jurassic whoa, then Jurassic go?
And you have to remember that when we bring them back, it's not that we bring them back and then immediately just release them into the wild. We care very much about the health and the safety of these animals and the ecosystems. And so our dire wolves right now are living on an expansive, secure ecological preserve where we can watch how they interact with each other, how they age, what their health span and lifespan is like. And we get to learn about any impact that they're going to have to the ecosystem well before they're rewilded.
Hey, for more on Jurassic World Rebirth, head over to our website, dailyflashshow.com.
Hey, Mitchie.
Hey, Jackson!
Yeah, I want to talk about that big story coming out of Hollywood.
Oh, hold on, wait. I want to get Matt in on this call, all right? Hold on.
Hey, what's up, Mitch and Dias?
Matty!
Mitchie.
Mateus.
Mitch, my man.
Matty of Berkshire.
What's going on?
Hey, AJ wants us to talk about a big story that's happening.
This kid, the Kiki, says hi. He has his own Instagram.
That's great, Matt, but I really want to talk about this big story coming out of Hollywood.
Ooh, dog and cat! It's
You should check it out. This kid, the Kiki.
I want to know what's going on.
What?
Oh, okay, so real quick. Why does he still have a dial-up modem?
Hey, I gotta get back to wrestling stuff.
It's on the music.
You know what? Maybe we should just try this later.
Okay, all right. Peace and love.
Daily Flash.
Where are you?
It's just better when you're part of the conversation. Join us online.
Welcome back to Daily Flash. Our next guest knows a thing or two about how to ramp up your summer plans. Serena's popular podcast, Living by Disney, is like a personal summer concierge. Hi, Serena. Welcome back to Daily Flash.
Hi, Andrea. Thanks for having me again.
So before we do a deep Disney dive here, let's start with Epic Universe. It is the new kid on the block as far as attractions and theme parks go. Is it worth a visit?
Oh, yes, it is. And what a game changer it is. First of all, it's just so exciting to have a new theme park in Orlando. I mean, it's been more than 2 decades since we've had one, and it is a fantastic achievement. I can't wait for people to visit it. It actually opens this week. So definitely exciting, and just all new rides, attractions, themes. There's a new Wizarding World. There's a Super Nintendo World. Lots of exciting things here to visit. As far as when to go, so if you're a big theme park fan and you love the hype of visiting something when it's new, I definitely think it's worth visiting this summer. I just think there's an excitement there to things that are brand new and fun. Of course, there's going to have some kinks to work out as anything new. So, there's some, maybe not, rides aren't always working perfectly and things like that. So if that's of concern to you, you can always wait till maybe next year or later this year to visit. But Epic Universe is just, it actually far exceeded my expectations. And I am so excited for everybody to get to see it.
Okay, and going during the summer is okay despite the heat, despite our thunderstorms. We just kind of dig our heels in and go.
Yeah, it's kind of like I always compare things like that to Black Friday shopping. Like, it's going to be chaos and crazy, but you just want to do it for the fun. I think it's
Yes.
that type of thing.
Very true. Okay, let's talk about Disney. What's new at the Disney parks this summer, and what's the cool kids summer program?
Okay, so Disney's setting up to have a really exciting summer as well. There's a lot of new things happening. I'll start with the best, which to me is the thing I'm most excited about, and that is a brand new nighttime parade. Now, we haven't had a night parade at Magic Kingdom since 2016. So it's been quite a while, and it's called Disney Starlight Dream the Night Away. We're still waiting on an opening date for that. It's going to be later this summer, but they're saying it's going to be based on Main Street Electrical Parade. So we love to see that. That's just like classic, very nostalgic piece of Disney World experience for all of us. And then they're going to have two new shows, brand new stage shows. The first one is a new villain show. And we're really starting to see Disney kind of lean into the villains hype, which, I think as Disney adults, we love that, but also kids love villains as well. And it's called it's called Villains Unfairly Ever After. And the stage show is going to be at Hollywood Studios. And that's actually going to launch very soon on May the 27th. And it's going to feature Cruella, Hook, Maleficent. And then there's another stage show happening at Hollywood Studios. And this is like a relaunching of the Little Mermaid live show that was there and closed down. I think it was like COVID that it closed. And that's coming back, but it's been completely reimagined. And that seems really cool. It's going to be Little Mermaid, a musical adventure. Again, live stage show, live performers. We'd love to see that. Also May 27th. And then another kind of fun thing that's new is a new lounge at Epcot at Spaceship Earth. It's called Geo 82. And this is the first adults only lounge that Disney has done, which I think is kind of fun. And it's going to be this elevated upscale experience. Very excited to see that. That one's going to be opening on June 4th. So again, very soon that'll be open for the summer. And then let's talk about Cool Kids Summer. So Disney has decided to sort of make this summer about focusing on families visiting with kids, which I think is perfect. I mean, this is Disney, summer vacation. Obviously, a lot of families are going to be coming this summer. And their Cool Kids Summer is these summer activations that are happening throughout all of the parks and even the resorts, where there are character dance parties, there's more activities, there's games, there's things kind of happening everywhere. And they're already starting it, which is something that I think is really cool, is more characters are out than ever before in the parks. And they're kind of just like roaming the parks. It's not like a meet and greet, which, I mean, we love a meet and greet. We love to be able to get those photos, but I think kids in particular love to be able to just kind of interact with the characters as they see them. It's more natural, it's more fun. The characters are able to like grab them by the hand or maybe even ride rides with them. And that's happening already, which we love. One of the Cool Kids Summer things that I think is fun is in Epcot. They're taking Communicore Hall there in the center of Epcot and turning it into Goofy Core Hall, where Goofy is taking over and having games and DJ parties and stuff like that for the kids. So I love to see this sort of focus that they're doing for kids, because obviously Disney is for families. And, when you're coming with kids, you're always looking for ways for those kids to kind of blow off a little steam and get their energy out.
Very true. Yes. Real quickly, just touch on a couple of the new cruise ships that they've got, the new cruise adventure lines.
Yeah, Disney Cruise Line, man, they have so much exciting. So this year they're actually launching two new ships, which is pretty crazy. The Adventure is one that is brand new, unlike anything they've ever done before, and it'll be their first ship that'll be in Asia. So it's actually going to be located in Singapore. And I know the Asian Disney fans in that market, they've never had anything like this. Like, this is going to be opening up an entirely new cruise audience for them, which is really cool.
Serena, we got to stop you right there. Unfortunately, we're out of time. We could talk to you for another hour. Living by Disney is the Instagram page. Visit her there. We're back right after this.
This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. Trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash.
Hi, everybody. I am Mitch English.
And I'm Andrea Jackson. This is Daily Flash. Today's trends, tomorrow's talk.
And happy Memorial Day, everybody. I know it's Memorial Day. I've never seen Will, our floor director, actually wear a hat before, and he wore an American flag. Isn't that cool?
Very nice.
Proud to be an American.
Super. Sure.
Love that. Okay, I love, it seems like when we watch TV shows, we love people that are like nobody. Matter of fact, Bob Odenkirk's Nobody Part 2 is coming up.
Yes,
I love when nobodies do something.
Yeah.
And really cool. And I got a great story about this Haitian woman. Basically, so it's actually a sad story. She started out, one of her family members was killed by this gang, right?
Okay.
So she sells empanadas as her job, like on a street corner or whatever.
Okay.
And she went down to where all the gang members were and started, empanadas, hey, and they would come out and get it. She poisoned them all.
Oh, jeez.
And killed. And it's a mass poisoning. 40 gang members are dead from the tainted empanadas. Some say vigilante justice, but this woman said she was going to avenge her family by lacing them with the poison. So she took matters into her own hand. 40 gang members. Now,
it's the next A24 movie.
Yeah,
It is, right?
You think about like, okay, and
wow.
I think there's a different mentality sometimes too. It's like, in America we know the justice system. It's also, I don't want to call it a third world country or anything like that, but they view things different.
Yes.
Right. They view things a little bit different.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, I'm going to avenge my family. They have a little bit more sense of family maybe than we do here in the United States. So I don't know. I can't ever justify it, but that's one way to do it.
What country was this again?
In Haiti.
Haiti. I think that from her perspective, probably getting justice from any sort of legal system was probably out of reach.
Or the gang's probably paying off the legal system or something.
Or the legal system is afraid of the gangs.
Yeah.
Yes. I think there's a lot of that intertwined. So she knew that she would never get justice for her brother because of that. The gangs were probably tied into the legal system and the police force.
100%.
So this was the only way that she could see actually teaching I'm sure in her opinion, teaching these guys a lesson and getting some kind of justice.
Very good. Yeah, good point. And I was so excited to tell you about that. I forgot to talk about our Daily Flash Nation. I'm sorry, Maddie.
On that note, let's talk about
Hey, Daily Flash is seen all over the world, all over the country, 219 affiliates across the country, including our great Armed Forces Network. You can check out dailyflashshow.com to go to the Where to Watch tab to find your local affiliate. Today, we are going to WUDL in Detroit, Michigan.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Home of a great pizza place. This is a personal plug for my cousin's pizza place, Green Lantern Pizza.
Also, Sweet Baby.
That's right, Detroit.
Detroit.
Motor City.
All right, very cool.
Amazon driver has been fired after she was caught on the job relieving herself.
Y'all ain't gonna believe this video.
The driver dropped off a package and then dropped her pants on a customer's porch. You can see her on the home security camera walking away from one home as she pulls up her pants. After hearing the news, another neighbor decided to check their security cameras. And lo and behold, there she was, same driver, relieving herself behind a wooden gate. And she's taking a bathroom break in this customer's yard. She appears to be staring right at the camera
She sure did.
while she's doing it.
Okay, we talking about Haiti, and like this is something that you would see
in Haiti.
And I mean, not to point fingers or whatever. And Matt had brought it up earlier when we were talking about it. Is like there's got to be gas stations or somewhere you can go. When I was in LA, I had to go, and I wound up at. Remember me telling you that story about that McDonald's, and I walked in, and the guy's like, "You need to go to the bathroom, don't you?" And I go, "Yeah," because he knew I wasn't supposed to be in there. He goes, "Let me get you the number." I seriously, I walked into this McDonald's. In the wrong part of LA.
Yeah.
And I go, you need to use the bathroom. Yeah, so bad. So, I mean, I could have done it. Anybody can do it. I guess it is a little bit more of a risk because you got to lock up the truck, and there are constantly cameras in those cars. So maybe that addresses that. I'm not justifying what the girl did at all.
Right, exactly. Well, even as we talked earlier, there are things you can buy off of Amazon that will help you while you're driving around on the job that can prevent you from going to the bathroom.
When your dude wipes don't get, the whole pack's not there altogether. They got used.
But they have 5 cameras in every Amazon van truck, so keep that in mind. All right, more Flash coming up. I gotta go to the bathroom. Hey, welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm Mitch English. There was nothing but dino tracks all over the box office and the roar of the dinosaur has everyone running to theaters.
These dinosaurs were too dangerous for the original park.
Please don't say they're raptors. They're raptors.
The worst of the worst were left here.
Come on! Duncan!
We put ourselves in a place we don't belong. Survival is a long shot.
Well, the action in Jurassic World Rebirth made us want to actually prepare for you so you can run. Yeah, run, thanks to the new dinosaur that's in the movie. Here to help us make a healthy primal reboot smoothie is wellness expert Dr. Liza. Hey there, Doc.
Hey, Mitch.
All right, this is exciting because if you're thinking about the movie, what would be the best type of smoothie that give us a little taste of the Jurassic era?
Well, I'm so glad you asked. We're going to blend up a smoothie that's part paleo and part sci-fi, but totally Jurassic.
Okay.
It's called the Primal Reboot Smoothie.
All right, and before we get started, let's tell everybody at home what they are going to need. Here's a list of the ingredients. First off, some dragon fruit. We got avocados on there, some cucumbers, some protein as well, coconut water, and then the green stuff, which is
Chlorella.
Chlorella.
And yeah, that is actually pond scum.
Literally, it's pond scum?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to come back to that. Okay, first. Now that we have the ingredients put together, let's make a great tasting Jurassic smoothie. Primal.
Okay. All right. We start with fresh dragon fruit. Look at this thing. It's basically a dinosaur egg.
Look at that.
It's covered with spikes. It's packed with antioxidants. It's really delicious.
It does look like an egg. You're actually right. All right,
Yeah.
so this is a dragon fruit. All right,
That's
very
dragon
good.
fruit.
All right, and so we
All
put about how much in there of that?
About half of one.
Half
I've already
of one
got
of
it
it,
in
okay.
here. So and then we take avocado, and that's going to add our creamy prehistoric fats. Put that right in there. And then we have a cucumber to cool it down.
And this is just a half of a cucumber?
Just half.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
All right.
And a scoop of paleo protein. So there's no dairy, no fluff, just fuel.
This is going to get us to be fast runners from
Fast
the
run-
dinosaur. I love
Absolutely.
that. All right,
You can
and then
get
you were
away.
talking about this pond scum, which cracks me up.
Yes.
Chlorella.
Chlorella. And it is a green algae that is loaded with all kinds of good nutrients, antioxidants, and there is even research into it being able to extend your telomeres at the end of your DNA.
And telomeres do what for us? Well, you say they're at the end of our DNA, but what does that do? Just help us?
So short telomeres mean that you're aging, and if you can extend them, you could potentially extend your lifespan.
Very cool. So we can long enough to be Jurassic, if you think about it. So it
Yeah.
slows down our aging.
It does.
I love that. All right, and then of course we have some ice in there as well, right?
Ice to make it cold, of course, because it's summer.
It's a smoothie.
Yeah.
All right, so we throw that on there. How if you want to put it on the blender here for us, and about how long? I mean, is this just when it gets the appropriate thickness, I guess?
Yes.
That you need. All right,
Yep,
we'll
just
throw that
until
in
it's
there.
all mixed.
All right, we'll just mix it just a little bit here as you're doing this, and of course there is that protein. So this is going to be healthy.
Oh, and some
right?
coconut water to keep it
How much
moist.
coconut water we put in there?
About half a can.
All right. Did we already put that in there, or we?
No.
Just put that in there. Now we can blend it up just a tad bit, and in the magic of television, we can have one that we already prepared. So we blend it up just a tad bit. Go ahead and crank it up. Make it real Jurassic looking. Okay, very good. And then once you do it, you can this makes about what, 2 glasses, 1 glass?
Oh, yeah. 2 servings.
All right, let's try it out here. And I noticed on this one you added some of the little
Pond scum on top.
pond scum, which
Just for good measure.
all right. This is basically that life-saving DNA, and the dinosaurs are getting into. This is this type of the smoothie that actually is going to make us healthier and live us a little bit longer, right?
Tastes great, live longer.
Yeah, I like that idea. And it's good too. Very cool. There you go. Get a little bit of that DNA, Jurassic Park, in the theaters right now. Bon appetit, Dr. Liza. Hey, welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm Mitch English. It's time for us to jump into today's parenthood. Many former student athletes are actually struggling with the idea of putting their own kids into organized sports programs. So is it right to kind of hold back your kids because of your past experiences? Here to talk more is Andrea Frost. A little bit about Alexandria. She's a contributor to the Business Insider. But not only that, you started out with intense gymnastics training when you were 10 years old. Looking back, first off, welcome to the show. Did you ever think that maybe I should have taken up chess instead?
Absolutely. That would have been much less harmful to my body.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I did love gymnastics. I trained for 25 hours a week as a young kid
Oh
and
my
onward.
gosh.
And chess would have been, much better. I had some lifelong effects from the training, multiple back surgeries, which I still deal with the effects today, and obviously regret some days. So yes, it's tough.
Well, first off, kudos to you. 20, that's a part-time job, and we're giving a 10-year-old a
It
part-time
was.
job if you think about that. Was there like pushing like, hey, we want to get you to the Olympics, or was it something that's like, hey, you need to stay active out of school, or is it good to be a part of a group of something? Can you kind of give us maybe your parents' mentality, or did you ask for it? You say, hey, I want to be in gymnastics.
Oh, from a young age, I think some young gymnasts just really love it. It's their major passion and they want to keep going. They want to practice more. I was like that. My parents told me many times this is probably not a great plan. Want to try volleyball? Want to try,
Wow.
like you said, chess. But I think once you have a passion for it, it becomes a little bit addicting. And so it was not really about exercise or general well-being. It's definitely, they try to kind of put you on a fast track of upward mobility towards higher levels. And there's definitely a culture of, you have to be tough, you have to push forward when you have an injury, take a minute, but not 2 minutes. So there's that culture to deal with.
It's also gymnastics. It's also one of those things where if you got to act like you like it when you're done. You know what I'm saying? Like baseball, football, you got to look tough. But when you land a great, triple backflip or whatever,
smile.
you got to have that nice smile like, hey, look at me, I did it. And you might be in pain. So I can imagine that had to be crazy. Your kids are actually,
I really love it.
your kids are eager to dive into sports, let's say, and they have tried to convince you by saying, oh, don't worry, Mom, I'll just do the safe sports like football. Good idea, bad idea?
I have 5 kids under age 10. They're all very interested in sports. My husband's a former college athlete, so we both really also understand the benefits of sports. And we've, are sort of becoming a sports family, it appears. There's not, there's not anything they're saying that's specific to a certain sport, that they want to do or not do. But I think overall, it's just about helping them understand when to stop, helping them listen to their bodies and learn more than I did about pushing back if someone's pushing them too hard.
Okay, I'm going to circle back to that in just a second here. But as you mentioned, that you have had multiple back surgeries because of your athletic past as well. But when your kids complain, do you respond with, well, listen, back in my day, it's just a scraped knee or something like that. Or you just say, hey, walk it off. Are you a little bit different because you experience that sort of thing?
I do think I am quite sympathetic and aware when somebody says they have an injury or possible injury, and I don't brush it off. I also want them to grow up to be tough and resilient and try to work through things. So it's a careful balance that I definitely have to check every day. So no, I don't tell them back in my day, and I honestly try not to tell them too much about my own past with the details because I don't want to project that onto their futures. Similar to people living vicariously through their kids and pushing them too hard. I don't want to deter them from trying different things and enjoying sports as well.
Thank you so much for joining us. This is a great article. You can check it out on Business Insider as well. Thank you so much for joining us. Our website will have it, dailyflashshow.com.
School is out and summer is here, so if you're looking for ways to keep kids busy, the toy industry's premier player, Elizabeth Warner, has some great ideas. Hi, Elizabeth.
Thank you so much. Let's jump right in with Rainbow High. Now, Rainbow High, this launched in 2020. It's all about a group of students at an elite visual arts school. Well, if you're going to be at an elite visual arts school, you've got to rock cool fashions that represent every color under the rainbow. And this year they've come out with the My Fashion dolls. 4 new trend-setting characters that rock colorful, playful styles that inspire creativity, imaginative play, and of course storytelling, expressing themselves through every color of the rainbow. Now for summertime, I love our Rainbow High Littles pool day. This is an adorable set. It comes with the pool, lots of little pool accessories, and a character exclusively named Blush. Blush comes with this set. She happens to be one of the little sisters of Bella Parker on the animated show. But this is going to be a fun one for the kids to pick up and take to the pool. Wherever they go, you fill the pool with water, and they're just going to love this entire line. Now, when we're outside, Nerf Super Soaker. Can you believe it's 35 years already for this amazing brand? Well, this year, The Super Soaker Mega Dunk Fill actually has a tank that you fill by submerging it in water. No longer do the kids have to run in and out of the house to use the kitchen sink. They're going to submerge this in the pool, in a bucket of water, whatever you have outside, and be ready to go again and again and again. By the way, parents, make sure you join in that fun because Super Soakers are the best. Now, when it comes to snuggle time in the summer, relaxing, Squishmallows, the original, the OG, this is #1 in plush. They're the best in their category. And this year, over 500 new characters that people are going to be looking for to squish, to hug, including Benito, the blueberry cheesecake cow. Yes, these run from 1 inches to 24 inches. Nothing softer, nothing squishier. And by the way, the extensions on these lines, check out these squish pillows, my personal favorite, and the squish alongs. Now, when it comes to summer, we're going to be out. We're going to be at the pool. We're going to take one of these rainbow reef fish. We're going to drop it in the water, and instantly they're going to start swimming. They're water activated. Now, when I was a kid, they threw a stick in the pool, right? A little diving stick. It had a number and a color on it. And it was my job to jump in and go find that. Well, imagine this. You're going to drop these in. They are tropical fish, water activated. They're going to swim. They're going to flip. They're going to go up. They're going to go down. It's going to get the kids swimming, get them active, having fun. Great for every day. Great for pool parties. Great to help kids build those swimming skills. But here's what I want you to know. As a mommy of 4, at the end of the day, when it's bath time, this can make bath time super fun too. You just drop it in and off it goes. So have a blast this summer, play with the kids, and for more information, head to WernerInfo.com.
This is Tim. Tim is all about time, and if you've ever had a chance to look into Tim's cold, dead eyes, you'll see that it's time for you to follow us on social media. Sure, there's 10,000 social sites out there, and we don't have the time to name them all. Seriously, just ask Tim. So take the time to look for Daily Flash TV on your favorite social sites and start following us. That's all the time, Tim. Goodbye.
Welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm Mitch English. Memorial Day, yep, it's the start of barbecues, beach days, and backyard hangs. But if you're a little short on time, don't worry about it. Target and Shipt have your summer covered with same-day delivery. Here's more.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. So Target is making same-day delivery powered by Shipt so much more affordable. Target Circle 360 members can now exclusively take advantage of no markups for same-day delivery across the Shipt marketplace. So this includes all types of stores, such as CVS, Lowe's Home Improvement, and even your favorite local grocers. For just $99 a year, Target Circle 360 members get access to a number of exclusive deals and benefits, as well as same-day delivery powered by Shipt. And it's not just from Target, but from over 100 different local and national stores in Shipt's retail network, now with no markups. So you are getting big savings on time and money, and this is really so helpful, especially during busy holiday weekends and the weeks leading up to summer. Now, we are noticing that people are really stocking up on fruit, especially bananas and citrus, and they are loving their beverages. Drinks like LaCroix, sparkling ice, and Good & Gather sparkling water, they're just flying off the shelves. And the big holiday weekend is almost here, so meat, chips, and desserts are all top sellers. And believe it or not, mayo has actually been more popular than ketchup this year. Of course, we're also seeing a lot of interest in pool toys, water balloons, and floats, all leading into the fun Memorial Day holiday. Plus, Target just announced that it's launching more than 10,000 new items for summer. This includes thousands of exclusives, including swimwear, outdoor entertainment, snacks, beauty products, home products, and more. Now, I must say, the shoppers at Shipt are amazing. They really go the extra mile when they're picking your bananas and avocados. They make sure they're the perfect ripeness, and they know how to communicate with customers about substitutions and special requests. Shipt can help Target Circle 360 members save about 7 hours a month. That is a total game changer. And right now, new Target Circle 360 members can get $20 off of their first Shipt marketplace order of $75 or more at any store except Target. So for more info, go to Target.com and click Target Circle 360.
Enjoy your beautiful Memorial Day, everybody.
Hugo, our EP, everybody.
Look at Hugo. Mwah.